Okay, so this is going to get you set up for making your exploded view of your assembly. Now the key thing is, notice I am starting from an assembly. I'm not starting from individual pieces, or each in my own part studios. Once that loads up, there we go. So not making the individual part, but I'm starting from this completed assembly here. So what I'm going to do is come over here, and as long as I'm in the assembly, on the right-hand side, this middle option right here is going to say Exploded Views. When I tap on that, move me down here out of the way. So there's already Explode 1. That's one that I made earlier today with another group. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to add a new Explode view. This is Explode 2. So what I'm going to do is I'll minimize this back in. It's time for me to start moving parts away. I need to pick one spot that will be kind of my home base. What is everything attaching back to? And for this design, I would say either this back wall or the bottom would be the bottom of the shelf would be the two spots that you could argue as a good home base to work from. Also notice that I am working from the isometric view. This is how it will be portrayed in your drawing, so it works best if you look at it from this perspective while you are making the exploded view. All right, well, now that I've got that going, I'm going to say, all right, side one. I select it. I'm going to get my 3 arrows so I can move on my X, Y, and Z. I'm going to move this over and say, great. And I'm going to move this back. Great. So now I can see the dotted line telling me I go from here and then come on in. Next up, I'm going to take all of these pieces here and move them straight up. So I'm going to grab you, and you. I'm going to bring everybody up. Just as a little bit of a sub-assembly here. Great. Now I'm going to pull these pieces out individually. Come out. You two will come up a little bit more. And you are going to come over some. There we go. So now we can see dotted lines where each of these pieces come back together. Grab this one over here. Come on out. I want to make sure I'm in position, and this is why I stay in this isometric view, so that I can make sure that I can still see everything when I'm zoomed out, that I'm not in weird spots or pieces are blocking each other. Look at that. And then my last one, bring the bottom straight out. All right, so now I have finished this up, and I'm going to say, all right, I'm done. Well, crap. I just lost everything. What happened to all that work I just did? It's still here. It's still under the exploded views. You can see I can go step by step. And you can see one step at a time how things are laid out. But for our purposes, we've got everything together here. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to time to create a drawing of this. So we'll go to my plus sign and I create a drawing. ANSI inch, no views, great. All right, I'm going to close these out because I want to get rid of the extraneous stuff I don't need in here. And remember, if I drag from right to left, only things entirely encompassed by that box will be selected. And I really just don't like the letters. I know they're supposed to be there, I get it. I just don't like them for our purposes. So I'm going to get rid of all of those so we just have a nice clean border coming around the outside here. There we go. All right. I've got a clean page ready to go. I'm going to come up to Insert. I'm going to insert a file. I'm going to go to my assemblies. I don't want individual part studios. I want full assemblies. And I've got my complete piece. For the first time, we're worrying about the contents of this panel. So we're inserting the file, complete piece, and the orientation, instead of being the front view, we're going to want that to be the isometric view. And we're going to want this full scale, 1:1. No, actually, you know what? No, 1:2 is fine for this part. It's the next part that we're going to need to worry about. There we go. And last piece, this says default, the exploder position. We need to go ahead and we want this to be our Explode 2. Now notice, fills up the space, one click, I right click and show shaded views. And there we go. Now I can see my exploded view all in one happy spot. Now, right. Drawing is ready. The last piece I need to worry about is getting this laid out for the laser, and I'll do that on the next video. Thanks, guys.